if you were to just do nothing but listen to or watch financial data in the financial news, you would be so enthused about this market. You'd be flooded, you'd be pouring your money in to this market. And I'll tell you something, we need to take everything with a grain of salt right now, because we are in the exact identical situation that we were in 2010, 11, and 12. Very same thing. These irrational justifications for things going up. Now, it is a little bit different. There is much more higher demand. But the big difference here, that we had underlying fundamentals of the economy were extremely strong when this administration came into office, extremely strong. You'll remember before the election, people were calling, what are we going to do? What's our backup plan? What do we have to do if for some strange or possible reason that a Biden could get elected? What are we going to do? How that's going to impact the markets? And I said, I don't have a plan just yet because we don't need one. And you remember that. And I had people that were very put off by that. So they took it upon themselves to sell everything and get out because they thought we needed a plan. And that's fine. They didn't like my plan, which my plan was we don't need a plan immediately, because I believed then that the underlying fundamentals of the economy were far too strong for everything to just stop on a dime and fall apart. And it didn't, of course, happen that way at all. We are still riding the Trump wave in the fundamentals of the economy. It would be lunacy for anybody, unless you're on the far left, anybody to believe that the underlying fundamentals of the economy that are still propping up our economic condition came from the Biden administration is the most comical thing that I've ever heard. But the notion that, that everybody, and I've talked to so many people, they sold out the week before the election. I didn't tell anybody to do that. The only thing I did was we increased our cash position by about 10%, which still was somewhat moderate based on some of the extreme concerns that people had about what the markets were going to do following the election. And I knew that couldn't happen. Just like I know now that the stuff that is happening in the economy that's good is still because of the underlying fundamentals. It takes a long time to erode that amazing business sentiment, consumer sentiment, and confidence that was built particularly higher, in my opinion, than it's ever been, or if nothing else, I'll say in my lifetime, I believe it is higher than it had ever been. That had built so strong, it just doesn't go away overnight. It's not going to do that. But now the funniest part of all is to hear people, and I'm not talking about all of you, I'm talking about analysts, Wall Streeters, big bankers, on and on it goes, talking about some of the concerns about higher taxes and more regulation, higher corporate taxes, higher personal taxes, financial transaction fees, higher gasoline prices, on and on it goes. Shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, what? Did you just have your head in the sand for the year leading up to the election? Is that what it was? Did you really think that you could give to this political, that's what you're saying. Hey, I gave to this political campaign and I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know anything. But listen, I want to manage your $1 million portfolio.
Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.TV. That's FISM.TV. TV.